Is that recording that?
Yeah, this will go straight to Brad.
Just to let you know, Brad, I'm charging you waiting time. Started now.
Like fly fishing. I'll stand over here.
There ain't quite no work like this in the world, is there?
Well, that sucked. Really sucked. A little bit of backstory on how we ended up here.
Welcome back to Rhino Weekly, episode 32.
I can't believe we've got 32
I
episodes in.
know, we've been going for so long. 6 months, is that?
No, it'll be 26. We've done it over 6 months now.
Over 6 months. Last week we ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. Canen had just finished day one of Project Clancutt.
And everything was going so well.
And this week we're going to finish off that project for you. So straight away we're going to head back to Clancutt, and things do go wrong. That wasn't just clickbait for this episode.
No, we didn't.
There's a lot of problems at the very start of this one, so that'll be exciting.
Oh my god. Thank you for your patience. If you watched last week's episode, if you haven't watched last week's episode, it covers everything we did in day one. Go and check it out and you'll know what we're talking about. But everything goes really well. We've got 3 piling guys on site. We had 4 and then we had 3. Now, when we return, again, we've got bodies on site, but there's one very, very big problem in the shape of a new swimming pool in the trench. I feel like you guys deserve to know a little bit of background information. So we were meant to tick this job off the same week that we were there piling, but basically the structural engineer turned around and was like, hang on a minute, I want to double check something. And that delayed us for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, we couldn't get there. And what happened in those 2 weeks? We had a monsoon. We had 2 storms.
Yeah.
We had 2 storms, and we turned up on this Monday after a very, very rainy weekend. And it's full of water. All the piles are full of water. Not only that, the piles are full of water, and so is the trench and all of those piles, which I think the deepest ones are 9.5 metres. So, how do you fix that?
Right now, you should leave a comment and guess.
Have a guess amongst yourselves how we do it before you actually see it. Pretty clever, but you won't guess it.
It's good
and it
idea.
wasn't easy, and it was very messy. Go check it out.
Hello everyone. So we're on our way back to Chorley, finally getting concreted today by none other than JRN Concrete, which is Jimmy, who pretty much was Rhino Concrete for the time that he worked with us. The piles on this site went really quite deep. For an average, I think they average about 6 metres. These went to sort of 9, 10, sometimes 10 plus. So it's going to take a lot of concrete on an already quite large site compared to what we typically do for house extensions, because this is a new build. So yeah, I'm on my way there now and we'll see how we get on.
Just had to make a quick pit stop at the spa.
I'm actually delivering 4
Scaffolding boards to site, and also a water pump, because it's quite bad in terms of how much water there is in the trench. Anyway, let's get these scaffolding boards in. I can see why I need some water pumps. Come on, look what I've just done to my fucking car because of these fucking scaffolding boards. Anyway, let's get the other 2 out without breaking the other headlight. So earlier I mentioned a water pump, and there's a reason for that, if you'd like to have a look. There is concrete going in here today. They've got a pump, but I think they've taken the Cont because they've gone to Gap to get a bigger one, or a better one, or
We've got an hour to get the pumps out and get all the fields.
It's not just that though as well, it's the piles too. It's going to take a while to do every single one.
Pile.
Concrete.
No, wet and dry back. We'll buy longer holes with it, just put it on the end of it, and just, you can't dump it in it, you've got to cover it on it, like hoovering.
Yeah, because then it'll actually suck
7,
the moisture. There's no easy way to do it really, is it?
Oh yeah, you can get well pumps.
Well pump.
Well.
I'm with you now. That makes more sense. I was like,
So-
weld pump. Or you weld it on.
If you've got a well for water well,
Yeah.
and you're going 30-40 metres, you get the fucking suck the water out rapid. Well, the only problem with it is they're very temperamental because they don't like dirt.
I'm going to call Jimmy. Okay.
Hello.
Hello there. Are you on your way to get a water pump?
We've got it. We're on our way back now. Put it on the motorway.
Okie dokie. Well, I've brought another.
Oh, it says 15 minutes, so I'll see you in 15 minutes.
Yeah, see you in 15. I'll give Jimmy a call and let him know that we might. Well, we are gonna definitely not be ready for noon, are we?
Oh, we're not ready today for it.
Today?
I don't reckon. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see, won't we? Jimmy.
I'm sorry, but the person you've called is not available.
Let's
Please
block
leave
my
a
number.
message.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This only means one thing if you're ringing me today when Rhino have got a job booked in.
What's that?
You want to shove a camera in me face. That's what it means.
No, not necessarily. I do have something to tell you though about this site.
It's a fucking shithole.
It's full of fucking water.
Yeah.
I've just got here and they're on the way back with a pump from Gap. We've got 2, so.
Right.
No frame.
I'm coming looking at it anyway. I'll be there in fucking 5-10 minutes. I'm just enjoying it. I'm on with it.
Okie dokie. No worries, mate. See you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I was thinking if they can get here in time, get the water pump down, fill the piles with concrete,
That'd help.
then he's not wasting the trip, he's getting some concrete off it, and then
Fill the piles first.
yeah,
And then.
then any slurry just fucking goes. Have you got a compressor with him?
Yeah. I don't think he didn't want to leave it on site for
Stick an
obvious
airline
reasons.
down it and fucking turn it on and the water comes up. You won't get all of it out, but you'll get the majority of it out.
Yeah,
And
so
just
what,
as long as your pump's running, it keeps pumping the water out.
Hey, that's a really good idea. Yeah, if you get it below the pile level, then you can blow the air down it. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you won't get all of it out, like you said.
Probably end up with a foot of water in the bottom of the piles, but if you fill it with concrete, the shrinkage you get will be less than what you're trying to do it all in one.
I think I'm cursed. Every time I turn up to a site.
Jesus fucking Christ. Take a minute, I want to get back to pump it out.
Fuck off.
Here they are.
Canen.
Once the water levels have gone down below where the piles have been cut, put the airline in it, maximum.
We do fucking blow down it.
Yeah, you haven't got a compressor.
We don't need a compressor.
How deep at piles
I
have gone?
noticed that.
You know, Brad said it. He said, "Tell Jimmy to put cages in." So this is me officially telling you got to put the cages in. Mate.
Is that recording that?
Yeah. This will go straight to Brad.
Just to let you know, Brad, I'm charging you waiting time. Started now. £3 a minute.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a really good thing that these guys have gone all this way to get this this Gap water pump with holes in it. Have you tried swapping the hose over? Hey guys, got a bright idea for you. Swap the hose over.
That's all good, eh?
Good man. You're already on that, weren't you? Oh, what is it with Mondays? Oh, there we go. And I'll drag it through to the road. Oh, push it. I can't reach it.
Have you got it?
Snagged on something on your end, mate. Hey. Bridget Jones.
Yeah.
Wait. She's good at. Pump number 2. Right, it's 27 piles. All at depths of around 8 to 10 metres. You've got all of this water because it lashed it down so hard this last week that every single one of these piles is full of water, apart from that one, and that one. Pump 2's in action. Whoa, go easy on that beast.
Might as well get a fucking straw in it.
Like fly fishing. I tell you what, look at that. Oh, it's going to take ridiculous amounts of time. Yeah.
2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
emerge from below the water level, which is good. Because it means that when Ian gets back, we'll be a bit further ahead than we first anticipated with the level of the water. There's quite a lot of muck that's obviously been floating around. It's been eroding away from the sides. That bit there's collapsed. This sort of stuff here, that's going to need shoveling out, which means we're going to be busy on that. Probably while we're blowing the water out of these piles, but we're starting to see pretty much all of them now. Because the water's flowing from this side and coming down to here, Jamie decided to move that pump from there to there, because it's all flowing in this direction, and that's the more powerful pump. And this one's up here, because there's a bit of a section that is quite stubborn. Could just be the dig on the ground causing that. So that's pumping water out there. That one's pumping water out there. 45 minutes, has it? You're nice and warm in there. Nice and warm. Can't hear a thing. All the piles have now been exposed from underneath the water level, which is good, but they're still full of water. That's okay, because Ian Morris is headed back to the yard. He's probably already got there now. So he's going to be towing the compressor back here. We're going to try his method, which he suggested, which is to put the air lines down into the pile and blow the air at maximum power, and with the pressure it'll burst the water out of the piles. That's probably the quickest way to do it. We won't get all of the water out this way. There'll probably be about 300 mil of water left in the bottom, but the concrete will push that out because it's denser and the water likes to sit on top of the concrete. So yeah, that's the plan. We've also got Jimmy at around 2 o'clock, which gives us plenty of time to prepare each of the piles, cut the remaining ones down, and then blow the water out of those if it needs it, but I don't think they will, just because the trench never flooded. Not what I was expecting, I'll be honest. Not what I was expecting at all. I knew it was going to rain today, but I didn't know it was going to rain this much, and I didn't know that that trench was going to be a swimming pool. But yeah, that's your update as of 12:19. Let's get cracking on again. And if it rains too much, I might have to put the camera away, but I'm just going to see about time-lapsing it all for you guys so you can see our progress in a faster fashion than we have to do it. Alright, see you in a bit. Not too bad, eh? It's better than it did.
In other news, while I keep referencing us to us being really busy, we also need the equipment to keep people on the road, such as the thing to drive and the actual stuff that we drive, i.e. vans. In that news, we have a brand new 25 plate Peugeot van, and I'm going to cut now to Canen, looking sexy, showing you the van. You will notice that all our vans have sign writing on them, and they're all set up with reversing cameras and things like that. We've had to put this van straight to work so that we can get it out on the road and be delivering projects. So when we get into January, it always quietens down in January because no one digs holes over Christmas for piling. We'll then get it sign written and looking like the rest of the fleet. But at the minute, we just look like a white van man, but needs must. It's more important to deliver projects and get projects done and get money in the bank than it is to have sign writing on it.
Look at that, our compressor's arrived. The plan is as follows: hook up the air hose, take it all the way to the far corner, and then we're going to see if we can blow the air as hard as we can into the piles, blow the water out of the piles, make a mess, everyone gets wet, and then concrete them. Let's see how that goes. No way. Oh, I can just see the bottom.
See the bottom?
Yeah, I can just about see the bottom. I can see the start of stone. That's done well, that.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the splash zone, but it's okay. I've got my waterproofs on, and this is water resistant.
Not the water I'm worried about. If the metal thing comes out and slaps you down the lug hole.
Oh. I'll stand over here then. There's been a lot of times recently where I've seen something that I've never seen before working here. Today is one of those days again. I'm without words for this. Okay. That's three down, 24 to go. You'll not need to do it for these long ones though, will you?
I'm not sure if that's fully empty or not, so.
I can't see any water down there. There'll probably be about that much. That's a rusty one. Put it down these top ones because though they were submerged in water, so therefore they all filled up. But these ones here, not a problem. Lovely. That's the look of a man who's been doing a lot of hard work. So obviously we've blown all the water out of these piles with the air hose, but that water had to go somewhere. So it's gone back into the trench. It's filled up a bit. Mainly in this corner here and that corner over there. Ian's just been ripping the shuttering out to get the piles over concrete. Yeah, so we're currently dealing with an absolute catastrophe with the rain, but making it work as best we can. Jimmy is going to be here any minute now with some concrete, which we are going to barra into each and every one of these piles. Once they're obviously filled with concrete, they can't flood again. That'll solve that problem, stop any shrinkage that could happen. At some point in the future, when it's not raining so much, we'll get the ring beam and see if we can concrete the rest. At the moment, there's absolutely no chance of us putting the ring beam in on this today because the trench keeps filling back up. But we can only do what's physically possible. And if you ask me, I'm pretty impressed that these lads have got this amount of work done so far already.
I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, no way. That's good. We talked about traffic cone earlier, didn't we?
Traffic cone's the way forward.
All the water out now.
so handsome in your little raincoat. Could it be that? Can't even see the pile. Oh, there it is. Jesus Christ. Now, Jamie.
Work's work, mate.
There ain't quite no work like this in the world, is there? Well, that sucked. That really sucked. A little bit of backstory on how we ended up here. When we first came to this site, Project Clancutt in Chorley, we arrived, we saw Jaden and John knocking in piles, and we also saw Phil. When we'd finished piling and everything was set up ready to go for the final day, which was just tying in ring beam and concrete, the architect running the show decided that it wasn't ready and consulted building control, and they said, oh no, that doesn't look right, we need to stop. Now, what it is that they saw that dictated that decision, I have no idea. Neither does the homeowner. He actually came by earlier. For whatever reason, that has delayed us 2 weeks, and in that 2 weeks of not being able to be on site, we have two things to worry about: pile shrinkage and weather conditions. We've had absolutely appalling amounts of rain for the last 2 weeks. The trench is full of water and all of the piles are submerged, and they're also full of water. So it's just been an absolute dog water job. That's probably the worst job that I think I've ever seen in person. Easily the worst one I've ever seen so far. To conclude, all of the piles now have concrete, so they're getting the pile bars placed in there now, and then the ring beam will be fitted around that. At a later date, I don't know yet. Ideally, what we need to do is wait until that trench is no longer filled with water and it stops raining like this, because it is just awful. Like, you can barely work in these conditions. So, that being said, I am optimistic that we can do it. Morale has been very, very low on site. I mean, you saw the condition of Jamie and Rion and Ian Morris pushing a wheelbarrow for the last 2 hours. You know, it's impressive. It's impressive that they have that willpower to do it. They've absolutely smashed it today, despite everything going against them. Everything apart from, obviously, Jimmy. I think Jimmy helped, because I think they were happy to see him, and he was happy to get stuck in himself, even though he wasn't meant to be. The most important thing is that those piles have concrete, and that is a good thing. That is the one good thing that's come out of today. So it hasn't been a wasted day, despite my pessimism.
This was the worst day of work I've ever had in this place, Project Clancutt in Chorley. We got there and all the piles were full of water and the whole trench was full of water. It was a swimming bath.
I mean, when you showed up and you just revealed that this is why you've been on a rush in the morning to grab the pumps, very funny. Then Ian was coming looking at it, he looked so stern,
He was not happy. No, because he knew what was coming.
Yeah.
When there's water on site, you're gonna get wet.
Very wet, very muddy by the end of it.
Oh my God. Not only that, concrete and cement burns. I mean, Norman is there taking the lead on this one. He proper takes charge and just gets stuck in. But the problem with him taking charge and getting stuck in is that he's in there, he's in the water, which, by the way, no matter how much you pump it out, it keeps coming back in, it just drains back in, it's groundwater. But he's just filthy. Like, he's covered in cement, he's covered in concrete. And I asked him if he got cement burns, and he was like, he didn't say anything, he just went, I just tried to help as best I could, because I just wanted to see the job get at least some progress, instead of wasting a whole day there for nothing because of the water. But we've had some terrible weather recently, loads of rain. We couldn't get back there for a good 2 or 3 weeks. I can't remember, I've tried to burn it from my memory, to be honest.
So that was day 2 of Clancutt. We'll be coming back to Clancutt later in this episode finally wrapping it up properly. But first, let's show you a project you haven't seen anything from. I think it's going back 7 weeks now to the start of Linglongs.
Yeah. Like middle of summer.
Sun's still shining, no horrible rain filling any of these trenches or underpins. So to start off this project, let's see what Brad has to say about how we got this job in the first place.
Let's talk about Linglongs, an interestingly named project, or I guess street name, because we named the project after the street names. This one is a traditional underpin. Now, it's a brand new house. No one's ever lived in it. The rest of the plots on this development were piled, but this one wasn't. For what reason? I don't know. We didn't pile any of the other plots, it weren't our contract.
So the reason that this plot hasn't been piled, one architect had a look at the plan for this whole plot. They were going to start on this house, and he said, hang on a minute, why does that need piling? And they said, well, all of the rest of them have been piled. That's just the nature of the ground that we're dealing with here. And he just went, that doesn't need piling. I've looked at the drawings. Don't pile it. Save some money. Done a traditional foundations, dug deep, poured the concrete. And then after several people have looked at it, they've gone, why is that the only house out of all of these, you know, there's 30, 40 houses nearby, all of them on piles? Why is this one not on piles? That needs underpinning, piled underpin. And then there we are. That's how we ended up getting involved.
We was approached to do a traditional underpin on this foundation because it's not been done deep enough. So the warranty provider has pulled it and said, we're not happy with it. This is a big job, and a job that comes with a lot of pressure because the house is already sold and the person was supposed to be moving in, but now they can't move in because the brand new house that they bought now needs fully underpinning.
So early 2025, they bought this house, and then they were scheduled to move in June, and we started underpinning in July. We've started underpinning it way after they were meant to move in, and it's October now, so they haven't moved in yet.
We got approached on the job, we priced the job, we won the job. It's a big job, it's a difficult job.
Because the whole thing requires piles, you've got to dig sort of 2 meters below.
All of the external of the house and the internal walls. Bearing in mind that the kitchen was already in, everything, it's all been pulled out. It's a complex, big, difficult job, but nothing that we can't do. At this moment in time, let's get over there, let's have a look at it, and then I'll go into a bit more detail about the job and how we got on with it as we move through the episode. So let's go to Linglongs.
See Ian, and I can see... I think we should go and chat to Ian Morris.
Dig it through. Yeah. It's just the top of it.
This will be fun. Okay. It's nice that he's printed it out slightly bigger for us to underpin as well. Okay, so a lot has conspired since I've arrived. There was a problem with the CSCS cards, and they needed the RAMs sending through, which is essentially just proof that these guys have read and signed health and safety. Been a bit of an odd day today, to be fair, going from pumping concrete in Royton to underpinning in Whaley Bridge. So these guys have got to wait now for the wall that was just demolished to be cleared, so that then they can dig all the way down the length of that drain, so they can then remove it without destroying it, so that then they can actually begin underpinning. So it's going to be quite a long-winded process, but this is an ongoing project. It's not going to all be done today, so we will be returning here to check in on their progress.
So, I did mention that Linglongs ended up being a complex project, and the first issue was that we had only quoted to underpin from foundation level and then down to underneath. However, the foundations turned out to be a lot deeper than expected. There seemed to be some sort of miscommunication between, I would say, ourselves. We need to take some responsibility for that, the structural engineer, as well as the client. So everyone was not on the same page. So when we turned up and did the initial excavation, and this has all come back, this information has come back to the office, we're going way beyond the depth than what we quoted for. Our quote doesn't match the specification, what's required. Well, I've had to have the uncomfortable conversation with the developer and go, here's the situation, here's what we quoted for, here's what it requires. It doesn't match up, what are we gonna do about it? We've come to an agreement. It was a pretty quick agreement. It weren't any sort of big controversy or anything, because we hadn't quoted for what was, like I say, the quote didn't match the requirements of the job. So we came to a solution on it, and what happened is they had ground workers on the site available, and they took the full site around the outside of the house down to foundation level. Now, there was one corner that, due to this depth that we had now discovered, potentially needed sheet piling because the depth was getting excessive. However, it turns out the depth was that excessive that this corner was actually at the correct depth. So that corner ended up not needing underpinning at all, which transpired towards the end of the job. However, let's get back to the job, to the point where all the ground workers have dug off to foundation level, and see how our guys get on doing these underpins on this project.
Calling you, Mark. Oh, hang on. Bowie?
Yes.
I've called the wrong f***ing Ian again.
Well, you see, told you change my name. Anything you want. I've been married.
I have. Sorry for disturbing you. You wouldn't think two Ians would be such a faff. I'll just give Ian Morris a call to make sure this trip to Operation Linglong isn't a waste of time. Fuck it, let's just go anyway. Hey, I'm just a cameraman, I just do what I'm told. I might have some content for you. Let's go and see what fresh hell awaits us when we arrive. Right, I'm not being funny. This is the third set of temporary traffic lights I've experienced on this journey. Anyway, rant over. I just realised there's no point at all in me filming being sat at a set of temporary traffic lights, so I'm gonna click my fingers and we're gonna be on site. Bit quiet. Too quiet. Hey up, you alright?
Where's your shovels?
Shovels?
Shovels.
Hey, listen, if they told me to bring...
And get some shovels.
Shut up. I would have brought some. Good grief, man. Done this all today?
Yeah. Fucking specialist. It says it, well, it doesn't say it on this van.
It doesn't say it on this van, but it says it on the other van that I'm not in, that isn't mine. Well done.
Have you been to the office?
No, I haven't. I'm not staying long. The multiplayer, it felt a bit empty, didn't it? Oh, it's you, I forgot you were coming. I know, I would have dropped this comp off and been back by now. Right, let's get the drone up and have a little bit of a better look at the site and the updates from here. Sun's just come out, so I just can't see anything. Just been blinded by it. It's a bit unsteady in the wind, like it's not even that windy right now. Anyway. So yeah, as you can see, Neil's come by to drop the compressor off. We've got Ace and Liam on this site today. Last time I visited, they were talking about removing the drain from this section here. Obviously, can't underpin
a house with the drain in the way. Well, they've excavated, pulled the drain out to obviously retain that for putting it back in, so as not to be wasteful. But the section that they're actually starting the underpin on comes around the gable end of the house here, where the digger is, you can see there. And it's these two underpins. Predicted 8 weeks on this site. They're having to dig they're 2.2 meters below ground level, so they're having to excavate by climbing in the hole and out of the hole again when they're done. So it's not a nice job. I'm wondering if it was worth just doing a piled underpin to save having to dig down so deep and using more concrete, but again, it's about piling costs more than concrete any day of the week, so it's about whether they're willing to pay that or not, just so that they can actually get the house finished. As I mentioned earlier, the people who have bought this house were meant to move in 2 months ago, but they've had to deal with this underpin problem. It's really unfortunate all around. This is a bit of a nightmare job altogether. I don't think anything's gone right. And also from the piling lads' perspective, it's just a really nasty job. It's literally digging holes for 8 weeks. And this is all happening because an engineer said, nah, that doesn't need piling. And then when they've built the house, another engineer has gone, why hasn't that been piled? That needs piling. Well, now it needs underpinning. And I'll revert back to what I said earlier. Communication in construction industry is everything. I think that's the first thing you need to get nailed down. Communication and a clear plan, start to finish, of what the project is going to be and how it's going to be achieved needs to be set in place, in my opinion, before you even lift up a shovel. It's easier said than done, I will grant you that, but I don't know, it just seems like such a simple solution, and yet it's so common for that to not be the case on site. I mean, these guys, I've seen they turn up to sites and they haven't even dug the hole yet, or they're digging the hole, which means there's twice as many people on site than there should be, and you're having to sort of wait for the hole to be dug, and then you need it, that section needs, that's not plumb, that you need to. Anyway, construction as a whole. So that's Operation Linglongs. It's an underpin for a house that has not even been lived in yet. It was meant to be piled from the start. It wasn't, and then somebody said, hang on a minute, hang about, what's going on? Why hasn't this got piles and the rest of them do? No, absolutely not. We're not risking it. We're going to cut the problem short right now. Before anyone moves in, let's make this safe to live in. Which should have been done from the start. We wouldn't have even had to get involved. Like, prevention is always better than cure. And in this case, there's nothing to do but cure the problem, which is to underpin the house. Not just from the outside, but from the inside too. And it's awful, I have to say. None of the lads wanted to be on this site. It is awful, back-breaking, claustrophobic, digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. But more on that later, when we have a little bit more to show you, as it is an ongoing project. Next week's episode, I do go to site when the guys are digging inside, and you will see just how shit it is.
Very cramped.
It's very claustrophobic. It's not the easiest of sites to work on, but I have to say the lads are getting it done, and they're making it as tolerable as they can.
It looked fun. It looked like a lot of fun because you just whack the camera in the corner for a bit of it, don't you?
You weren't there, mate.
Yeah, helping them out. But the radio's on. That's fine.
The radio's on. They're making the most of it, and that is just what our lads are like. Even if it's like the worst job ever, they do try their best to make the most of it, and we do try and have a laugh, even in the hard times. Which perfectly brings me back to Clancutt. As you've seen, terrible, awful job. Messy, awful. It was raining while we were in there, but we got those piles finally concreted. That was a huge weight off our shoulders. So we will take you back. This is footage from 2 weeks after we'd filled those piles. We finally get to make a return. We've got JRN, of course, because we're in Chorley. We're going to be using Jimmy from JRN Concrete. 2 wagons turn up. We need to get this ring beam in as quick as possible for him so that we can finally tick this job off the roster so that builders can go in there and start laying bricks and start building that house. Here's the final day on Project Clancutt. We've been waiting a while for this. Check it out.
Today marks day 3 of me visiting Project Clancutt over in Chorley. Today is the final day, I really hope. The last time I went, it was meant to be the last day, but we all saw how that went. So this time, I'm told that Jimmy will be there for 10 o'clock. We've got Sean and a few others going over for the ring beam this morning. They already set off, so they're probably already there by now. So it's going to be ring beam and concrete. Hopefully get it all done in a quick manner. One thing I'd like to know is whether or not there's going to be a pump, but I don't think there will be. It will make it interesting because it's quite a large footing. It's a lot of concrete. I guess we'll see. Yeah, as soon as I can get on the motorway. I haven't moved more than 10 metres in the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds, so. Anyway, let's get over there. Cue time lapse. Oh, it's some sort of drain pump. Anyway, we're just pulling up to Clancutt now, so looking at it, looks like the homeowner's here. Well, the homeowner to be is here. Let's get our boots on and go have a look. Boots on, let's have a look. Oh, that looks better. Better than last time, eh? How are you, lad? Hey up, Shawnee.
I don't want to be on video either.
You don't want to be on video either?
No, thank you.
Well, you have no fucking choice, mate.
Yeah, I have every choice.
No, you don't. Spread your cheeks. We've got Harry, who is a, what do you say, man-child? Child?
He's a blossoming child. He's on the verge of blossoming into an absolute pet.
He just needs to calm himself down.
You okay though, yeah? Stop swearing at people.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop speaking to people like I do.
Better than last time. Can't see a reason why this won't work. As you can see, there's a bit more shuttering now, because we have to get the concrete at least 50mm above where the cages are going to be sitting. And it looks like the cages are going to be sitting about 50mm higher than they were originally. Yeah. So Sean, Liam, Harry. Sean experienced, Liam semi-experienced, Harry, no offence to him, rookie. Easy job now. We've got Jimmy from JRN turning up in about half an hour, so they can start pouring one back leg basically while they lay the cages out. Oh yeah!
Four that end, three this end, so that's top and bottom. One will go there, one on top, one on that one, and the top and bottom on that one. Give us some more then. They don't lap up.
It's not even tied in yet, it looks beautiful.
And that's the 7. Yeah, 7 that. And that should leave us a full cage in the middle.
Yeah, sweet.
You want to stay up there? Yeah? Yeah, fucking hell, yeah.
Swing you about.
Alright, now marry it back up, yeah?
No worries, send me that, I'll take pictures, send me that.
Oh, he's on it, as. Told you you'd make a brilliant pilot.
Brilliant's a bit fucking
Well, it's
green.
only, you like Kev's concrete box.
He's still a bit green.
Falling apart and green.
You all look so scared.
Fucking BP.
He's working on his license.
Pulley license.
Yeah, you need your pulley license next.
But I'm not now. I've decided.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, fine, don't.
I'm not having it.
I'm not having this shit anymore.
Is that supposed to be an impression of me?
What?
There's no point in me trying to delegate. I'm not in charge of you. Harry, will you hurry the fuck up and get that in there now?
Shut the fuck up.
Thick, doesn't it?
Tell you what, while Jamie's grabbing his laptop, I just want to say, if you have been continuing following us along for all this time, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We do these genuinely because they're so much fun, for one, but also whenever you guys might be looking for piling, Rhino Piling comes up, there's two things that you see, the website and the YouTube. We don't get loads of views on YouTube, but what we do get is attention from people specifically needing piling, and that's exactly what we want. So we don't always go off the numbers that we get, and of course we're trying to grow the channel so that more of you know about us. But I do have to say, it has been working. We won a job in Coventry recently, and the only reason we won that job is because one of the guys on site had seen our YouTube, and he recommended us because he had seen what we can do. And that's a dream come true for us, because that's what we're here for. That's why Brad pays us the money to come in 5 days a week, and it's not easy making these videos. It's very fun, but it is very demanding. It's hard to get the time to do them, and it's also hard to make a story out of, you know, a week or two of going on site and doing stuff. So we try and keep it as fun as possible. That being said, I actively want you guys to comment what you think and let us know how we can improve. If there's anything you want to see more of, if there's anything you want to see less of, like Brad yapping on, joking aside, if there's anything you want to see more of, let us know. We're a growing channel. You know, you have the luxury of saying, I want to see more Jaden, I want to see more Norman being funny on site, I want to see Canen do a backflip off one of the wagons. Just let us know, and we will listen. We do check the comments whenever there are any. We take feedback on board, because you guys are our core audience, so you have the luxury of picking what you want to see next. So let us know.
Just like the good old days, isn't it?
Fucking good old days.
In the good old days, you remember. Yeah, so we're about, let's have a look. That's all level. This is level here. This is level, that's level. This section needs filling in, so does that section. And then that's the last long leg that needs doing. I'd say realistically we're about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way there, so that's good. I'm not making terrible time either. 12:30. So yes, not much more to go now. Finally finish this job at long last.
Norman, we're not asked about that. Look at your phone.
What's he showing you? Show us. Hey Norman!
There's our Nancy Norm.
Gormy Norm.
Stormy Norman. Give me half an hour there, but I'll know. Alright, nice one, mate. See you later. That's what you call a full barrow. Camera's going blurry, I'm going that fast. Superior concrete, that, Brad. Brad's going to be looking at this going, how the fuck did he get it that good? Do get paranoid it's going to come off when I'm tipping barrow. Good listener. Sweaty tits. Brad just be gutting tits. That's the most shaming angle ever. 4 chins. Better lay me tits. Yeah. Because Canen's put this on, it's now gone up by £15 a cube. For indecent exposure. Oh no, you have the fucking shaving angle.
I am, I'm gonna do it. I'll do it here then, fine. Jimmy insists. Jimmy wants what Jimmy gets. Just right there. That's what I'm getting. Oh, yeah. That's not a great angle, that is it? It's not the best angle I can see. So this is what Brad sees. You're ruining my shot. That'll do. Right, so at long last, Project Clancutt finished. Obviously, we planned for this to be done 3 weeks ago, but due to the weather, the homeowner was there just to see how everything was going on. He seems really happy now that it's finished. Obviously, big improvement since the last time we were here. Tying the rest of the cages in when the concrete was being poured, focused mainly on the outer legs, so the gable ends of the house and then the back and the front. So they started pouring at the gable ends and the back first, and it's worked out a dream. So sorted. Just cleaning my boots off, and then I think we'll call that a day. See you on the next one.
Once again, we hope you enjoyed. I'm going to sit still for the rest of this. You've mugged me off. Once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. We've enjoyed making it. We hope you've enjoyed it. That being said, if you haven't subscribed, we put these out every Friday. Check them out. We've got a few shorts that we put out throughout the week as well. Sometimes if you don't want to have time for a full video, the shorts are good because you get an idea of what we've been up to. But if you want to stick around, hit that subscribe button. If you hit the bell as well, you'll be notified every Friday when that video goes up. It's usually around noon. So you'll be reminded that it's ready to go. And also, comment and let us know what you think of the video. Let us know if there's anything we can improve. Let us know your favourite moment in the video too, because that also tells us what to do more of as well. And if you can do that for us, we'd really appreciate it. We are a growing channel. We are working hard to make these videos better and better and better with every coming week. Of course, we are dependent on the content we have for you, but I think that's the beauty of it. You never know what you never know what a Rhino episode is going to entail. So yeah, if you like it, stick around. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.